This video provides a case digest of the Supreme Court en banc ruling in PhilHealth versus the Commission on Audit, GR number 255,569, decided on February 27, 2024. We will examine the background, procedural history, and key holdings regarding GOCC personnel compensation. The case centers on a dispute between PhilHealth and the Commission on Audit. PhilHealth claimed fiscal autonomy to set employee compensation, while the COA disallowed over 43 million pesos in benefits, citing the lack of mandatory presidential approval for such expenditures. The procedural timeline began in 2010 with the issuance of 4 notices of disallowance. Following an appeal denial in 2012, PhilHealth filed a late appeal beyond the reglementary period. Ultimately, the Supreme Court en banc dismissed the petition in 2024. The COA disallowed a total of 43.81 million pesos. These funds covered various benefits and allowances, including productivity incentives and presidential gratuities, which were granted to officers and staff without the necessary executive approval. This table breaks down the 4 specific notices of disallowance, detailing the nature of the disallowed benefits and the corresponding amounts involved in each item. A major procedural issue was PhilHealth's late appeal. The court noted that appeals to the COA must be completed within 180 days, and filing for an extension does not stop this period. Consequently, the earlier decisions became final and executory. Regarding fiscal autonomy, the court ruled that PhilHealth's authority is not absolute. It remains subject to PD 1597 and other regulations, requiring presidential or DBM approval for compensation schemes to prevent arbitrary salary increases. The Supreme Court's key holdings emphasize strict compliance with reglementary periods, the necessity of presidential approval for GOCC allowances, and the application of the Madeira framework regarding civil liability for disallowed disbursements. Under the Madeira framework, liability to refund is determined based on the officer's actions and the recipient's status. Officers acting in bad faith are held liable, while recipients are generally required to return funds unless specific exceptions apply. As Justice Maria Filomena D. Singh noted, the fiscal autonomy granted to GOCCs is not an unbridled license to grant arbitrary allowances. Executive control ensures uniformity and protects public funds from dissipation. In its final ruling, the Supreme Court dismissed PhilHealth's petition and upheld the COA's disallowances. Civil liabilities for the employees and officers will now be determined following the established Madeira guidelines. Thank you for watching this summary of PhilHealth versus the Commission on Audit. This concludes our review of the case. For further reference, the sources for the images used in this video are listed here.